What's going on, people? It's GadgetsBoy. Welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new GoPro Hero 10 right here. And compared to my GoPro Hero 9, they're very similar. They're very similar in many ways in terms of design anyway. They're very similar. So you can even use your old mods and stuff. So I got my media mod on my GoPro Hero 9 here, which I can also transfer over and put it on the GoPro Hero 10. But what's really good about this new one though is it's got a new and updated processor. So it's got the new GP2 processor in there, which allows for smoother images in terms of video and stuff. And you can even shoot even better slow-mo. You can capture better stills and all that stuff. You can even live stream as well. But we'll dive deep into this and see what you can actually do with it and stuff like that. Let's get on with it. So like I was saying before, this is very similar to the GoPro Hero 9 in terms of design. So if you look around it, we've still got that power button on the left side. It's not got the writing that says 10 black on it because it's GoPro Hero 10. You got the power button, the record button up top as well, the microphone. And on the side is where you'd eject your battery and also insert your micro SD card in there. This is still capable of going 10 meters deep inside water. So if you want to use it for that kind of stuff, you can do that. Up the bottom though, down at the bottom rather than up, you still got your adapter area, so you can just flick up the attachment and attach your attachment as you wish to do so and flick it back down when you're not using it. On the back, as always, you get your display, which you can use to adjust settings, view what you're recording, so you live view and stuff. And then up front, we have another extra screen, which allows you to see yourself and see what you're actually recording. So if you're going to be vlogging with this, you'll be able to see what you're actually recording as well. Or just in general, when you're recording, you can make sure that things are flowing, things have the right settings, all that stuff. And then you got your lens. So this is a 23.6 lens on there, and you can attach mods on there. So if you want to go wider, you want to put flash on top of it and stuff like that, you can attach different mods on here to do that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. Let's go through the menu though and see what's actually new in there as well. GoPro says the menu is actually more responsive, and the user interface as well is much more responsive, especially when you're touching it and stuff like that. It's easy to select things without missing your shot and missing your settings. So in the main menu, for example, you can still swipe across to choose different modes like time lapse, videos and photos as well. So you can swipe across and do those. You can swipe down from up top and change things like your voice control, put the grid on, and if you swipe across from swiping up top, you then have your preferences and connection settings. And in preferences, you can do things like auto upload to cloud, which is something that's new on here as well. So you'll be able to automatically upload your content to cloud in full resolution, and also still save a full resolution copy as well on your smartphone, which can be very handy in case you lose the device out there. You still have your content, but that would only upload from what I've learned so far when you've connected to Wi-Fi though, so that might defeat that purpose a little bit. But if I'm wrong in that area, please do drop a comment below. Let me know that you can actually upload using 5G or 4G or whatever. Let me know. Furthermore, into the settings, you can then go into your general settings and change beep, volume, auto power on and off, LED settings, all that stuff. So you can have a play with that and see what you can actually get in that area and see your voice control menu options as well. If we go and swipe from the bottom, we'll be able to see your gallery. So any photos that you've taken, you'll be able to see, and videos as well, you'll be able to see those by swiping up from the bottom. And if you have nothing in there stored as well, you would just say there's nothing stored on your media. So you can just skip across and start taking photos so you can actually view them on the go. Back to video settings. On the left, you can select this new settings, which is new here as well. So it's linear and horizon leveling as well. So before, it might mean that you capture a super wide or wide angle video, but it's not leveled on the horizon. But now this can actually level it as well. So this would do 19 to 34 mil leveling. So this one now you're looking at a tilt limit increase from 27 degrees to 45 degrees when shooting in 4K at 60 frames per second, 2.7K at 120 frames per second, and 1080p at 120 frames per second. Going back to that left side though, you can then choose how you want to do your slow-mo settings. So you got like 4x slow-mo at 100 frames per second at the settings that I have it on right now. Got 2x, and you got 1x, and then you got normal speed as well. On that menu again, so once you've selected the speed you want to shoot at as well, so you can then go to the right side of the screen where you can select your boost HyperSmooth mode. So you got boost, you got standard, and then you've got off completely. So you can adjust that boost in terms of HyperSmooth, what level you want it at. So you can turn that off as you wish to do so, which is pretty cool. If we tap that standard button, it gives you extra options to look at. So you got activity mode, cinematic mode, or standard. But if we go into standard and click that little pen on the right side of it, you can have a look at all the options there as well. So there's more options available. So for example, so if we click lens, for example, it gives you different options. So right up top, you have super view, which is 16 mil. So you get super wide view option available at 16:9, up to 16:9. You got wide 16 to 34 mil, and then you got linear, which is 19 to 39 mil, and then you got that linear and horizon leveling mode, which is 19 to 34 mil, and then right at the bottom you can get narrow, so you can get a bit closer to your shots at 27 mil as well, which is pretty cool. So thanks to that new processor, which is the GP2 engine, you can now capture even much more better content using the GoPro Hero 10. So for example, with this new processor, you can capture photos at up to 23 megapixel. You have video, which you can capture up to 5.3K at 60 frames per second. You got 4K at 120 and up to 2.7K at 240 frames. And with the HyperSmooth 4.0, it means you can just get better and even much more smoother videos when you're shooting out and about as well. So regardless of whether you're running or whether you're doing, you'll be able to get smoother images, which is pretty cool. In terms of grabbing stills from videos that you've shot as well, you can now up your level by grabbing 19.6 megapixel frames from a 5K video at 4:3 aspect ratio, or a 15.8 megapixel still from a 5.3K video, which is pretty neat. In photo mode, you can also shoot nice 23 megapixel photos in all photo modes. So whether it's burst, night mode, super photo, or even shooting raw photo as well, which is pretty neat because you can then take that onto Lightroom, for example, and edit that photo and bring out different details and add different feel and look and feel to it, depending on what your taste is in terms of photography. With the new Hero 10, you get that HyperSmooth 4.0, which is the best electronic stabilization yet to come to GoPro range, and it looks fantastic as well. So you're looking at shooting 5.3K at 30, 4K at 60, 2.7K at 120, and HyperSmooth 4.0 will be able to help you in those modes to shoot really smooth videos. And then you've got that linear plus horizon leveling, which is that digital lens with better horizon leveling, so that tilt limits can increase. It's increased from 27 degrees to 45 degrees when shooting in 4K 60, 2.7K at 120, and 1080 at 120 as well. If you're someone like me who's not out and about surfing or doing some active sports or something like that, you can still use this for your webcam activities. Got super wide angle lens to capture as much as you want into your content. And you've also got live streaming as well, which you can live stream to Facebook, YouTube, GoProHero.com. And with that, you can live stream at 1080p, connect to Wi-Fi and stuff, and just live stream using this, which is pretty neat. And like I said before, you can also automatically upload your content straight to cloud, which again, just a really cool new features that they've added to this. And thanks to that GP2 processor or GP2 engine, this is very fluid, it's very smooth. Live viewing, playback is very smooth as well, which is pretty noticeable, especially when you compare it to the previous generation GoPro Hero 9. One thing that GoPro also mentioned to me is better and improved low light performance, which is something I'm looking forward to trying out. So do follow me on Instagram at GadgetsBoy, because stills that I use on this, that I take on this in low light mode, I'll be sharing it on there so you guys can see what that looks like in the real world. During my test so far, a couple of things to mention though is if you have anti-flickering on at 50 Hertz, you'd lose the frame rate that you get in some mode in there. So for example, I started to miss things like 240 frames per second. It dropped down to 200, which is understandable. The other thing to bear in mind is that this overheats as well. Something that we tested, I also asked my friend TechChap as well, which we tried it out to try and record for as long as possible. Then it just shuts down after like 20 minutes. Around 20 minutes mark, it kind of just shuts down if you just have continuous recording. So hopefully there's an update that's going to come with this, and we're waiting for some comment back for them as well to understand what's actually going on there. But hopefully this is something that can be fixed via an update. So that's it for the GoPro Hero 10. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there as well. But I'm looking forward to trying this out even more and doing some content with this as well. So do follow on Instagram and also on here as well, because I might share some of those content that I capture with this so you guys can see what I've been doing with it as well. But in the meantime, if this is your first time around here, please subscribe, smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and share this video as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.